Okay, so let us try to solve problem number 3. Okay, so this time the degree of difficulty for problem number 3 is quite uh, intense compared to the first two problems. But for the meantime, basahin ko na muna siya. So grid line 7 horizontal and 7 verticals are used to express the directions of forces which are shown in the figure. If the resultant of the force system is 981 kilonewton and acting vertically downward, find P and the angle it makes with the vertical plane. Okay, so take note that in this problem, we have the value of the resultant force. Okay, so that is again equivalent to 981 kilonewton. Okay, and then aside from the fact that its magnitude is given, its direction is also specified. So it is purely vertical and then acting downward. Okay, so if this is the graphical presentation of the resultant, it is purely vertical and then it is downward. So meaning to say it has no x component. It doesn't have any x component na kasi nga it is purely vertical so therefore the value of the x component of the resultant is equivalent to 0. Take note of that. Okay, that's the most important part of how we will solve problem number 3. Okay, so anyway, so just to highlight the figure, so we have 5 inclined forces. So we have 150, 316, 205, we have 480. And the next is magnitude of P, which is unknown, and then its direction, which is theta, unknown din. So ang gagawin natin dito, since the presentation of the figure is quite complicated, so what we need to do is to simplify it. Now, by simplifying it, remember that, remember this is just a quick recap of the useful and helpful techniques or methods every time we are analyzing. And then if you can still remember, we have force polygon or tip to tail method, we have point diagram, and then we have the rotating method. So let's try to use the second method, which is the point diagram method in computing in simplifying the orientation of our figure. Okay, but take note that some of the inclined forces have no directions. No, wala silang direction. For example, yung 316 wala siyang direction, walang in-specify na direction. Yung 205 wala ding in-specify na direction. Yung 480 wala ring binigay na direction. Okay, so wala silang binigay na direction. So that's one of the things also that we need to consider as we simplify the orientation of the figure. So let us go now to how we will use point diagram method. So again, Cartesian plane. So ang gawin natin, lipat natin lahat dito sa Cartesian plane natin, pero dapat conforming to the standard directions of the 4 quadrants. Okay, so meaning to say yung 150, it must be placed on the first quadrant kasi it is acting northeast. Okay, so the vertical component is positive and then its horizontal component is also positive. So that must be on the first quadrant. And then take note that the angular direction is measured from the vertical axis. Next is 316. So definitely that is or that must be placed on the second quadrant. Ang problema, walang direction. Now, to settle the direction, so what we need to check is actually the grid lines, yung line of action niya, yung point to point, no? So kung napansin nyo, kung ito yung line of action ng force 316, kung napansin nyo, yung horizontal niya, kung napansin nyo yung triangle na to, okay, kung napansin nyo yung triangle na yan, okay, yung horizontal side niya ay 2 intervals, 1 and then 2. So ibig sabihin, yung value ng horizontal side niya 2. Tapos yung intervals ng vertical niya 3. So 1, 2 and then 3. So meaning to say the slope of this is 3 vertical to 2 horizontal. Yun nga lang, dapat tumama yung line of action doon sa corner mismo ha. Sa corner mismo siya tumama for it to be able to be considered as, an interval. Okay, so I hope that I am explaining it well and you get the point of computing the direction or the value of the slope kapag in terms of grid line. So ibig sabihin, this is 3 vertical to 2 horizontal. So i-display natin dito. So that is 3 vertical to 2 horizontal. Next is 205 definitely. So third quadrant yan. And then take note yung line of action niya nandito. So highlight ko uli yan. So corner ulit ha, corner ng rectangle, no, for it to be considered as a whole interval. So yung vertical side niya 2, yung horizontal side niya 2 din. So that is 2:2. Okay, so 2:2. Next is yung P. So that is also found on the third quadrant, and then yung angular direction niya which is unknown. So that is theta. And then lastly 480. So that is or that should be placed on the fourth quadrant. Okay, and then yung angular direction niya, so dapat yung corner to corner ha. So ito. Okay, so 1 vertical, 2, I think 6 horizontal. So that's the slope of 480. Okay, so dahil nga doon sa first two problems, hinighlight natin ang highlight no ng first two problem ay manual calculation, yung talagang pinagfokusan natin yung principle no habang kino-compute natin yung x and then yung y component. So dito sa problem number 3, mas bibilisan natin yung calculation because I am already expecting that you have already perfected the principles of how we split an inclined force into its x and then y component. Okay, now i-display natin yung formula ng resultant force. Bakit? Kasi binigay yung value ng resultant. And then take note, dahil nga purely vertical yan, ang resultant ay purely vertical, wala yung horizontal component, this is 0. Okay, take note of that ha. Kapag ang force ay purely vertical, wala siyang horizontal component. Kapag ang force naman ay purely horizontal, wala siyang y component. Okay? So therefore, if this is the case, to cancel out square, so we have to multiply both sides of the equation by the radical sign. And then magiging ganito. Ibig sabihin, yung resultant force natin ay equal lang din doon sa y component niya. So ito yung justification, no, na ang value ng resultant force, lalo na kapag ito ay vertical, ay equal lang din sa kanyang y component. Ganon din ang case kapag ang force ay purely horizontal. Yung magnitude nito ay equal din sa kanyang x component kasi nga yung y component ay 0. Now, balikan natin yung current slide. Ito, di ba paano ba natin kinukuha yung y component? By getting the vector summation of all the forces acting in the vertical direction. So, ang gagawin natin dito, magfo-focus tayo sa mga vertical components ng mga inclined forces na mayroon tayo. So, unahin natin yung 150. So, definitely, yung y component niya ay upward, positive. Yung 316, yung y component niya ay positive din. Yung 205, ang y component niya negative kasi downward. Ganon din sa PY, yung y component niya downward, negative. And then yung 480, yung y component niya negative. So in terms of equation, this is going to be the resulting equation once we use the equation in computing Ry. So again, vector summation of all the forces acting in the vertical direction. Now, isa-isahin natin kunin yung bawat term sa pagkuha ng Ry kasi we have 5 terms 150 subscript y, 316 subscript y, 205 subscript y, py, and then 480 subscript y. Unahin natin ito. Okay, so definitely the angle is measured from the vertical plane. So the specific trigo function that we need to use is cosine function. Okay, so that is 150 cosine of the angle which is 15 degrees. Kapag hindi nakuha, just apply the concept that we discussed during the time that we were solving problem number 1. Nandun kasi yung step-by-step procedures So by using our calculator, that is equivalent to 144.89 kilonewton. Next is yung second term, yung y component ng 316. So this is in terms of slope. So, para makuha natin yung y component niya, so the y component of the slope multiplied by the magnitude of the inclined force divided by the hypotenuse side. Okay, so para makuha natin yung d, so Pythagorean theorem, square root of 3 square plus 2 square. So by using our calculator, we will finally have the value of 316 subscript y. So that is equivalent to 262.93. Next, the third term, y component. So this is again in terms of slope. So ratio in proportion ulit. So the vertical side of the slope, which is 2, multiplied by the magnitude, which is 205, divided by the hypotenuse. So magiging ganito. And then para makuha natin yung hypotenuse side ng slope, Pythagorean theorem, square root of 2 square plus 2 square. So that is equivalent to 144.96. Now next is the angle of, or rather the y component of P. So remember, the angle is measured from the vertical. So meaning to say, para makuha natin yung y component niyan, cosine function. So para makuha natin, again, this is going to be the trigonometric function that we will be using. However, the magnitude of P and then the value of theta are both unknown. Okay? And then, so dead end. So walang choice kundi mag-proceed doon sa next term, which is the y component of 450. So again, this is in terms of slope. So again, the approach is by ratio in proportion. So the vertical side, which is 1, multiplied by the magnitude 480, and then divided by the hypotenuse side of the slope, which is again computed using Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so therefore, hypotenuse side is again square root of 1 square plus 6 square. So that is equivalent to 78.91. Now, balik tayo doon sa general equation ng Ry natin. So, substitute na natin. Nakuha na kasi natin lahat eh. Liban lang doon sa Py. Kasi nga, P and then theta are both unknown. So, substitute, 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 and then substitute din natin ito. Tapos ito substitute din natin. Okay? And then take note that according to our analysis, the value of Ry is also equivalent to R. And then take note that its magnitude again is 981. Okay, so that is equivalent to 9, the Ry is equivalent to R. Okay, the resultant force. But since the direction is specified as downward, we have to also consider the sign, which is negative. Kasi nga downward siya, so that must be negative 981. So by simplifying this, magiging ganito. And then we have two unknowns. Now inside one equation, wala tayong mapapala. Dead end pa rin kasi we have two unknowns inside one equation. Unsolvable siya. So what we need na lang to do is to simplify na lang the orientation. So ito transpose natin or ito transpose natin sa kabila, tapos yung negative 981 transpose natin sa right side. So what we will be having is this. And then let us express this in terms of P by dividing both sides by cosine theta. So this is going to be the resulting expression of P. So this is the value of P as the function of theta. Yun nga lang, we need to determine the value of theta for us to have the value of P. Okay, now, in computing theta, so what we need to do is to focus naman on the x component of the resultant force. Now, remember that the x component of the resultant force is 0, but we have the equation to compute it. So this is going to be computed by getting the summation of all the forces acting in the horizontal direction. So yun yung isusunod natin. Okay? So this time, focus tayo doon sa mga x components ng ating mga inclined forces. So take note, vector summation. So unahin natin yung 150. So its x component is towards the positive side of x. So that is positive. And then since the okay, so that is positive. Mamaya na muna natin kunin kung paano makukuha yung value niya sa pamamagitan ng magnitude ng inclined force at saka ng direction. Isunod natin yung 316. So definitely the x component is towards the negative side. So that is negative. Yung 205, the x component is towards the negative side pa rin ng x-axis, so negative. Yung p negative din kasi yung x component niya westward. Tapos yung 480, positive kasi yung x component niya rightward. So positive, minus, 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 tapos positive. So that explains why we have this. Okay, so we have 5 terms. Okay, so unahin natin yung first term. So again, that is the x component of 150. Okay, so since again the angle specified here is the angle measured from the y-axis. So para makuha natin yung x component niyan, so the specific trigo function that we will be using is sine function. So that is 150 sine of 15 degrees. So therefore, that is going to be like this. Okay, so again, this is just to expedite kasi I believe that you have already perfected the principles during nung sinolve natin yung problem 1 pa lang. So this is equivalent to 38.82 kilonewton. Now next is yung second term natin and that is the x component of 316. Balikan natin yung reference figure natin. So remember that the angle is expressed in terms of slope. So by applying ratio in proportion, the horizontal side which is 2 multiplied by the magnitude which is 316 over the hypotenuse side of the slope which is again computed using Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so D is again computed using Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so we will finally have the value of the x component of 316. Next, yung third term, and that is the x component of 205. Okay, so in terms of slope siya pa rin. So ratio in proportion. So this time, horizontal side of the slope, which is 2. And then multiplied by the magnitude of the force, which is 205, over the hypotenuse side of the slope. Okay, so D is again computed using Pythagorean theorem. So by using our calculator, that is equivalent to 144.96. Next, yung P sub X natin. Okay, so remember that the angle, the distance is in terms of angular distance. It is measured from the vertical axis. So therefore, para makuha natin yung y component niyan, rather yung x component niyan, sine function pa rin. Sine function. Okay, so therefore, that is also equivalent to t sine of the unknown angle, which is theta. And then lastly is the x component of 480. Okay, so the angle is again in terms of slope. So that is going to be computed using ratio in proportion. So the horizontal side of the slope, which is 6, multiplied by the magnitude, and then divided by the hypotenuse side of the slope. Okay? So therefore, D again is computed using Pythagorean theorem and we will finally have the value of the x component of 480. Now, balik tayo sa general equation, substitute natin lahat. Nakuha na kasi natin yung value ng lahat ng terms maliban lang dito kasi yung P at saka yung theta unknown. Okay, so substitute. Okay, and then this is P sine theta and then 480x which is equivalent to this. So remember that the x component of the resultant is equivalent to 0. And then let us try to simplify this, magiging ganito. And then let us transpose negative P sine theta on the left side of the equation. And then take note that the negative becomes positive, magiging ganito. Now dead end ulit siya because inside the current equation, we have two unknowns. However, when we analyze the y component of the resultant force, we said that the value of P is also equivalent to 1164.95 over cosine theta. Okay, so meaning to say, we can also substitute that in the P that we have in our current equation. So by process of substitution, we will be having this. And then take note that according to trigonometric identities from trigonometry, the ratio of sine theta over cosine theta is also equivalent to tangent theta. So once we replace the current trigonometric functions to tangent theta, this is going to be the resulting equation. And then by getting the inverse tangent of the right side of the equation, we will finally have the value of theta. And that is equivalent to 9.38 degrees. And then, definitely, makukuha na natin yung value ng P. So, it's either by using this equation or by using the equation when we analyze the x component. Ito. Okay? But for me, let us use na lang this equation kasi ito, naka-ready na siya for the value of P. So, just substitute theta, 9.36. So, this is the value of our P.